In this video, we'll be completing the square to get the standard form of the equation of a circle. The problem that we'll be working on is the equation x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 8y plus 21 equals 0 is the equation of a circle. Complete the square to change the equation to standard form and then graph the circle. Recall the standard form for the equation of a circle with a center at hk and a radius of r is the quantity x minus h squared plus the quantity y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So we want to take our equation that's given to us and group our x terms together, group our y terms together, and then put our constant term on the right side so that we'll eventually get a radius. So we'll write x squared minus 6x and then we'll leave a space because we're going to complete the square to get this first quantity squared. And then we have our y squared and our 8y written next. And then we're going to put a space. We need a plus here also. And then equals, and then this 21, we'll subtract 21 from both sides and move it over to the right side. So it's negative 21 on the right. So now we're ready to complete the square. Remember that in order to complete the square, the coefficients of the x squared and the y squared need to be 1, and they are in this case, but if you ever encounter a problem where they're not, you have to divide through by that coefficient first before you start doing anything. Alright, let's complete the square on this first trinomial here. We have to take the coefficient of our x term and then half it, so negative 6 multiplied by 1/2 gives me a negative 3. And then we're going to square that, so negative 3 squared gives me 9, and that 9 is going to be added here to complete our square. Well, if we add a 9 on the left side of the equation, we also have to add a 9 on the right side of the equation. Right? Let's complete the square to get this binomial squared. Our coefficient of y is 8, so we want half of 8 is 4, and then when we square that, we get 16. So 16 is going to be added here to complete our square for this trinomial, and then we also have to add 16 on the right side so that we'll keep our equation balanced. Now this trinomial here is the square of x minus 3. And you get these terms by square rooting the first term, the x squared, that's how I got the x. Then you take the sign of your middle term, which is minus, and then square root the 9, which is 3. Now we need the square of these terms. So I have y plus 4 quantity squared here. And then when I combine all of these terms, 9 and 16 is 25, minus 21 gives me 4 on the right side. So now I can use my information from my standard form. I can see that the center of my circle is going to be at hk. So h is 3. Since it's x minus 3, the h is 3. And this one, we don't have a minus, so we can think of this as y minus a negative 4. So our negative 4 is our k value. And then r is going to be the square root of the number that's on the right side. Since we have 4 over here, then r must be the square root of 4, which is 2. Our problem also asks us to graph this circle, so let's plot the center point. We have 3, negative 4. So 3, negative 4 is right here. And then my radius of 2 means I want to go left 2. That point is going to be on the circle. And then up 2, that point will be on the circle. And right 2, that point will be on the circle. And then down 2, this point will be on the circle. And so my circle hits all of these points.